All right, welcome everybody to a brand new episode for Faithful Podcast. I'm Brandon Freno, and joined by me is my co-host for today, Mr. Onshul, 49er Media himself. How we doing, man?
Doing all right, man. Looking forward to another, game, another week, man. This season is going by so fast.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying, man. All right, well, we're missing some people today. That's all
Mm,
right. People get busy, whatever. We might be seeing Rod later on in the show, but we'll see. But for now, it's just me and Onshul. So enjoy the show, and let's get right into it. So our next opponent tomorrow
mm.
at home is Super Bowl rematch versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Won't consider a revenge game with this game, but that's just another game during the season, right? So,
Yeah.
what do you expect from this game? How do you think we are going to do? And are you worried at all going into this game? And then, what
Um. mhm.
before you answer, my last question for you is, man, if we lose this game, are we done? Like, do
Mm.
you feel like the season's done?
Okay. Yeah. So I honestly think that the 49ers, how they need to win this game, and I don't even know if they're gonna do it because whenever I say we need to do something, I just don't see Kyle Shanahan doing it. But what do what does Kansas City do really well on defense? And like we didn't see this in the Vikings game, which was surprising, but they blitz a lot, right? They want to disrupt that. And the thing is, I'm very interested to see how Dominic Pooney does against a guy like Chris Jones. I will
Dude, for
definitely
real.
be watching the trenches there.
Hmm.
So my thing is, I think you have to beat them with screen plays, and I think that's how you have to use Debo because even though they don't have what's the corner that they traded to the Titans? I can't remember his name. Um,
Um, damn it, I can't think of him right now.
yeah, okay. Hopefully we'll think of the name. But anyways, yeah, they traded one of the corners in the in the Super Bowl, right? And they
Hmm.
still play man coverage. And the thing is, Debo Samuel, he struggles against man coverage, and that's why I think they need to use him in the screen game more. They got to get the ball out quick too. In this game, we're not going to have Jawan Jennings, who was a big factor.
I know.
Go in the Super Bowl MVP, Jawan Jennings for the Super Bowl. So I'm interested to see because we do have Ricky Pearsall
He's back and
coming
activated.
back. And so actually speaking of that, I thought maybe we could just go over the roster moves real quick. So yes, the Niners have activated wide receiver Ricky Pearsall off the reserve non-football injury list. Matthew Wright, kicker, placed on IR. And then lastly, from the practice squad, the elevated kicker Anders Carlson, who they signed earlier in the week, and safety Jalen Mahoney. Kind of surprised here because I thought they may end up like elevating Evan Anderson,
Yeah,
because this defensive line has been dealing with a lot of injuries, especially on the interior.
easily, dude. I thought they were going to as well, and surprised that they didn't. But not surprised because there's a lot of like decent players that are still there in the practice squad, or
Mm.
that could still get a chance, but haven't yet. So, I mean, dude, it's gonna be interesting to see for sure. Um, my question is, yes, the Chiefs are 5-0, right?
Mhm.
But who have they really played, dude? Honestly, like let me just put it
Okay.
out.
They first of all, let's get this clear. They're not the Kansas City Chiefs. They're the Kansas City Refs. Okay. Let
Right.
me get that clear first. But yeah, they played the Ravens. I think that was a questionable call. That week one. I think
Mm-hmm.
that was clearly a touchdown for the Ravens. Did they play the Chargers? I can't remember. I don't think so.
I think
Actually,
not yet.
no. Who else did they play? I forget. Okay, so they played the Bengals, who the Bengals are starting to kind of now get on a roll, but they barely won that game. They beat the Falcons They beat. Okay, they did play the Chargers. That's what I thought. Okay, they beat them by 7, and then beat the Saints. Who, if they'd beaten the Saints and the Saints are actually looking good after like 2 weeks, like I'd be like, okay, they beat somebody. But the Saints just haven't been the same, and so yeah, man, really, they haven't really beaten anyone in my opinion. Uh,
Yeah, and I agree. I don't think they have either, and they haven't really shown much out there in the past 5 weeks. Also, I mean, I do we do have to worry about that they are coming off a bye week, right? So that's
mhm,
another thing. But my thing is they're I forget what the I wanted to go with this because I've been hearing it all week with all sports takes and everything.
mhm.
Aren't they like 32nd in like somewhere in the offense
I think it
in
was like 30th or something in the red zone. I want to
the red
say
zone? See, so they're
something
not
like that.
doing that much better than us, right? So
Yeah,
what
something
what
like
are what are your takes from this game, Anshul? What are you
that.
going to take away from this game going into this game? Um, what do you expect the Niners to do to actually pull off a dub against the Chiefs?
Oh man, I this one's tough because I don't know what like Nick Sorensen. It's been very up and down. I don't think the defense has been as bad as some people have been talking about it. Like I definitely think yeah, pressure has to be consistent, which I need to see them play defense like they did in the Super Bowl, but I have to see it all 4 quarters. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what the thing that scares me about this team is what have they been doing the last, what is it, 3, 4 weeks? They have a great first half where they're keeping it close. Then they start the second half kind of well. And then once you get into that like half of the third quarter to like the fourth quarter, it's just like something big ends up happening, which it usually ends up being on special teams, which that is the issue right there. It's not all on the defense or the offense. Special teams has been a big factor because with all these special teams issues, except for the blocked, kick and touchdown by Diameter Lenore a few weeks ago, special teams has been a reason why we've given up, some of these leads. Like if you'd look at last week's game against the Seahawks, right? Like that's why they had momentum because of this whole big giant special teams touchdown. And to me, that's definitely a big factor in this game. And they also had those issues in the Super Bowl, so let's not forget that. But I don't know. I'm worried about special teams too, because like last week's kicker, right, didn't look great on kickoffs. I don't know how this guy, Carlson's gonna look, on kickoffs because those were short, and I think that's man. It's just for some reason whenever someone new comes to this team, it's just like the whole team just has that issue on special teams. Like even though the player just got to the team, it's so weird.
Yeah, I agree, man. What are your keys to the game going into this game?
Keys to the game are you have to pressure Patrick Mahomes. You cannot let him sit behind the pocket. You have to contain him too, because he has the ability to run. I'm very worried about our linebackers, especially this guy, which I will say I said at the beginning, right when we signed him, that he was not going to be a good signing, and that's Devondre Campbell. Well, he needs to be benched, dude, because he is slow. Like I see the first play of the game last week, and I right away I'm like Devondre Campbell. If you look at this team, they've always gone with these faster linebackers, and they need to give D winners, Jalen Graham, a chance here. Tatum Bethune, like, please give them a chance. If they're worse than Devondre Campbell, okay, maybe you have to put Campbell in. But if you don't put them out there and you don't give them a chance, like look at Renardo Green. Yes, you had to put him in because Isaac Yodom was hurt. That's another guy. Yodom needs to stay on the bench too. Um,
Yep.
and so to me is like give these rookies, give these young guys a chance to at least see what they've got.
Right. Yeah. Um, I'm worried about that secondary too, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping Green and did they say if Mustafa was good to go?
Let me bring up the
I think they did.
designation. Keep talking, and I'll
All right.
bring up
I
the.
know, like if we could get the rookies to stay out there and keep playing like how they did last week, with Mustafa with the pick and Green with the pick. Kind of like what Papa J said. Rookies bailed us out basically last week for sure. But
Yep.
no, and then like if we could just keep moving on offense and basically be really good in the red zone like we were last week, pretty much, we should be okay, man. I'm not too worried about that part. We'll have to wait and see for sure. I'm hoping our O line stays up, man, because they don't. Purdy is going to be getting running out of the pocket consistently
Yeah, and he
or
already
getting sacked.
is.
You know,
Yep.
so um, yeah, I'm kind of looking out for them. I'll be excited if Purcell actually plays
Mm.
tomorrow.
Yeah, if he
See
actually
what
gets some
he,
offensive
yeah,
snaps.
see what he brings out there. All right, who are your X factors going to be going into this game?
Yeah, before I answered that, so real
Mhm.
quick, Jennings out, Moody out, Matthew Wright out, and then questionable was Kevin Givens and Darrell Luter Jr., meaning
All
Jordan
right, so
Mason and Mustafa
Mustafa are ready
are
to
good.
go.
You're good to
Cool.
go. So, yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
Sorry, what was your question again?
Oh no, I was just saying like who are your X factors going
Okay,
to be
yeah.
going into this game?
Whew. Um, I'm gonna say Kevin Givens because I think this man has had kind of an underrated season so far. I mean, I know he had that really one good game, but I think he's been good too, honestly. So I'd kind of go with him. It's also a slash with Malik Collins. To me, offensively, I'm gonna go Debo Samuel. I mean, George Kittle. Like, I think those are basically your X factors.
Yeah, I definitely agree. For me, I might have to go with I'm gonna say Fred Warner on
Mm,
defense. And then offense, I'm gonna go with Kittle. I think Kittle will definitely go off this game. I feel, um, and I need our kicker to kick those balls into the end zone, bro. Not like how Wright was doing last week.
I know.
You know,
And also, I really hope that Jacob Cowan, like his cleats are all
yeah,
good, because dude was slipping last week. So I hope he,
it's slipping and sliding, bro.
I hope it was like maybe it was just the field, which probably I would think it was.
Maybe could be
Um,
possible.
but yeah, I really hope he does well on special team. Now I have a question for you.
What's
Do you
up?
think we see Garendo still on special teams, or do you think they put Pierce up back there?
They might put Pearsall back there because, like you saw, I feel like during the week he was kind of practicing them
Mm,
kickoffs and catching the ball and stuff. So it's gonna be interesting to see for sure. I'm kind of hoping he takes Jennings' spot
mm,
tomorrow, but who knows?
yeah.
Um, like I said, dude, it's gonna be interesting to see. We're just gonna have to wait and see for sure. But I I really need the Niners to like go out and ball out this game, man. Because honestly, if they lose this game, dude, I'm not looking like it's not looking good. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, they'll be 3-4. The
Then we
thing
get the
is, the
Cowboys next week.
the Niners really need to go on a roll here because if
Yep.
they somehow come out with this win in next week's, like
Hmm.
I'm gonna 5-3. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
because
Exactly.
the games after the bye are so tough. I mean, you got the Buccaneers. I know you play the Bills in there somewhere, the Packers. I think Seattle's kind of early again. I think like after, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's Buccaneers, Seahawks, Packers, Bills, Bears, Rams, Dolphins, Lions, Cardinals to in that season, which that second half is gonna be tough. But yeah, for today tomorrow's game, they gotta play clean ball. They need to like okay, the red zone. I thought they've like done better, but
Yeah,
definitely to beat Patrick Mahomes, you're gonna have to get into the end zone. So
easily, bro, easily.
yeah.
Especially because of how horrible we've been doing in the red zone for one, and then our special teams not doing well at all. Um, that that hurts us as well, and we can't be making mistakes against Patrick Mahomes
Mm,
because he will and always finds a way to fucking just win. So it's
mm.
gonna be for sure interesting to see. Who are you looking out for? Like, who do you want? Um, who do you think is gonna have a game on the opposite side? That's something different. It's a different question right there.
Like
Who's
on the Chiefs.
on the Chiefs? Who do you think's going off tomorrow, or at least having a game?
I think Xavier Worthy is gonna be a problem because you're gonna
Yes.
have to get to the outside with his speed. They
Mhm.
love to use him in those jet kind of plays too. Um, like I said, Travis Kelsey, even though I know he hasn't looked the greatest this season, again, I don't feel great about it with
Right.
Devondre Campbell. So yeah, those are two of my guys. I'd say
Okay.
like, well, especially offensively for them.
Yeah, for sure. I agree, man. Let's see. I'm gonna say Xavier Worthy as well. Another one we do have to look for sure though is I feel like Kareem Hunt.
Mm, good
You know what I
point.
mean?
Good point. I forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
and
you can use him in the passing game. He's
right,
shifty.
right, and it's our run defense hasn't been looking good lately. I feel like last week they did good, but the week prior, right,
Especially
wasn't looking
second half. Like
correct.
first half we were good, but second half it was bad.
Correct. So that's what I'm be looking out for sure. Just because it's like I don't know, man. It's just worrisome this year for some reason.
Yeah.
Last year I felt more confident in everything with this team, but just from what we've been seeing so far this season, it's kind of been uh making me like just question the season in a way.
Yeah, because it's like Purdy, man. He's playing so good. He's like playing at an
Hmm.
MVP level right now. And it's just like, can some of these receivers get open? Like, can the O line just block for a little longer? Because, I
Right,
mean,
right.
yeah, he's playing phenomenal. But I think Purdy also is going to have want to like show out in this game because of we all know in the Super Bowl.
Hmm.
Another guy, and I do my show usually with Jason from Niner Faithful Radio on Thursday. And, he brought up a really good point. Like Brandon Ayuk, he's
Yeah,
probably gonna want to be like Kyle. See, you should have given me the ball in the Super Bowl. So I think he could have a big game offensively.
right.
For this team. So yeah, man, like that's what's interesting. If Pierce actually gets offensive snaps, like yes, I know this is his first game, but I believe he has the like separation and the ability to beat man coverage. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think I kind of want to play a little clip real quick.
All right.
What's going on, Rick?
What's up, Rick Diaz?
Let's go. All right. Play a quick video real fast.
Alrighty.
Um, basically, here we go. Let me get it. Let me get it going real quick. Hold on. So this is a good question. I'm gonna ask you this question as well after this video. Okay.
All right.
All right. Can you see it?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, in this game is the key phrase here. I want to be very clear. I am not taking Brock Purdy over Patrick Mahomes over the course of a season, over the course of a career. Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL for me. But in this game, I am going with Purdy here, starting with the fact that this season, so far, Brock Purdy, 5th in QBR, Patrick Mahomes, 16th. Brock Purdy, 2nd league-wide in completion percentage over expected. Patrick Mahomes, 23rd. Brock Purdy leads the league in average depth of target. Mahomes, dead last. It is undeniable that he has been the more productive and effective quarterback. Yeah, in this game is the key phrase here. I want to be very clear. I am not taking Brock Purdy over Patrick Mahomes over the course of a season, over the course of a career. Mahomes is.
You're muted. Muted. You're muted.
Hello.
Yeah, what up?
Okay, so let me ask you that question now. As just a football fan in general, who are you taking?
Mahomes.
Really, you don't agree with Mina Kimes?
I mean, he's won 3 Super Bowls, right? Like, if you're just
Yeah,
you're talking about, you said football question, okay?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking
Well,
Mahomes right
yeah. How
now.
about just going into this game, like she said?
Well, okay, going into this game, if you're changing it, yeah, I'd take Brock Purdy right now.
Okay, all right. Because I mean, like she said, he leads the league in most of these stats again. So,
Yeah,
and he's ready on pace to almost 1,000 yards already within 5 weeks, right? Or I think he is over 1,000, right? If I'm not
I feel
mistaken.
like he probably is because like this offense has actually been getting like a lot of yards. Even yeah, he's at 1,629.
Yeah. See, so he's already on pace too. So, I mean, you know, I'm what's up, Pterodome? How you doing, man?
What up, Tear Dome?
Um, I'm gonna take Purdy as well going into this game, and we're playing at home as well, and
Yep.
that's just as a football fan. But for sure, yeah, you can say Patrick Mahomes with the help of the refs, right? But anyways, no, like I don't know, man. Like I'm just feeling kind of iffy or up in the air about this game going into tomorrow.
To
I just don't
me,
feel
it's
confident.
basic. To me, it's basic, Brandon.
Hmm.
Till the 49ers go out there and beat the Chiefs, I'm taking the Chiefs to win this game. It's simple
Okay.
as that because Andy Reid owns Kyle Shanahan and Patrick Mahomes owns the 49ers. So,
So we'll come back here
yeah.
after the game when we do a post game show, and if the Niners win, I want to hear what you got to say,
All right.
like on how they
Mm-hmm.
they are and everything, like how they played and everything like that. You know what I mean?
Yep, for sure.
But you got anything else that you want to add going into this
Mm,
game? What you're feeling more, or like what are your lookouts type thing?
honestly, I don't really have any feelings right now because I'm watching college football. To be honest, right now, so it's like once
This guy.
once it fit that finishes up, I think Niners game will be kind of like I don't know. Maybe I'll be a little bit more nervous, but honestly, I'm just like
What's up, throwback?
special teams is just like continues to
That's my main
like
concern
I'm
right there
not
is our
worried
special.
about the offense and defense as much. Like yes, they need to get into the end zone, but yeah, man, special
Here's
teams.
my here's my here's my thing too. It's like I was listening to the radio stations out here about like going into this game and stuff. And Bonte actually said on 957 the game. He's like, Kyle got asked a question like, "Are you like, basically, are you worried about special teams? Like, why haven't you upgraded?" Type thing, to make special teams better. And his answer is always like, "Oh, well, we have our other two. Um, um, help me out here, Ancho. What's the word?
Kickers
Almost.
or
No, no, no,
coaches?
no. Like there's all three:
Oh,
offense,
ye-
defense, special
yeah,
teams,
like
right?
phases of the game. Yeah.
Phases of the game. Yes, exactly. And basically, Kyle just kind of put it like, "Oh, we don't need to change anything in special teams. Like we have our defense or whatever. We have our offense." And I'm like, "That's worrisome right there, bro."
Yeah, he does not give a shit about it, and I hate it to where I'm like, okay, maybe I have so much slack to the special teams coordinator, but I think I'd be not very shocked if Kyle Shanahan's like in his year and like Brian Schneider wants to do certain things, but it's like Kyle Shanahan. We know how much of an ego he has,
Right.
right? To where like he could easily be telling him what to do. Um, because I think if he actually cared about it, they cared about it a
They
few
would have
years ago.
addressed it a
So
long time ago,
yeah, they would
basically.
have continued to address it, which they've again done it in what was it like two? What was the offseason when we sent like a Ray McLeod and all these guys for special teams? I think it was 2 or 3 seasons ago, right? Like
Yeah, I think it's 22, wasn't it?
yeah, I think so. So like after that, yeah, they just haven't cared about it. That's why I'm like kind of surprised they didn't go out and sign like a veteran for a kick returner, but I'm not complaining. Jacob Cowan, I think, is doing a fairly
How do
decent
you how
job
do
in
you
terms
how
of
do you
just
feel
like
about?
not giving it away except for that one time. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just gonna ask you, like, how do you feel about the kicker that we signed?
Mm, oops. Brandon went bye-bye real quick. How do I feel about the kicker? I mean, I think I don't know. I don't know too much about him to be honest. But as long as
Oh,
he
I
can make field
disappeared.
goals, yeah, as long as the guy can make field goals, that's what I need. And if he's decent at the kick offs, I'm fine with that. You know what they should do? Try putting Mitch Wishnowski at
That's
kicking,
what I'm saying. Why?
especially with Moody out.
Like because back a couple years ago when Gold was still on the team, uh, our punt, which actually he did a couple kickoffs because Gold didn't want to do it.
Yeah,
So that's why I'm like, why can't we just have Which just do the kickoffs? You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah. Like obviously, I'm fine with Moody doing it when he's healthy, but yeah.
Dude, my computer just like crashed on me.
The
That
hell.
was weird. I was really mid talking, bro, and then it just disappeared. So I don't know what the hell. Um, you know, it's. I think you have anything last words you want to say before we wrap it up here. It's a
um,
short one, fellas.
yeah. I mean, let's get this dub, guys. Let's take care of the football. Capitalize on the like any turnovers and stuff. I actually want to ask you though, Brandon,
What's up?
like who's gonna be your offensive and defensive MVP for this game?
Offense, I'm going with Brock Purdy.
Okay.
Defense, uh, I'll go with Fred Warner. I feel like he's gonna have an interception this game.
All right. Offensively, I'm gonna go with Isaac Garendo.
Isaac.
Um, and then defensively, I'm gonna go with Diameter Lenore.
Demo's gonna be covering Worthy too.
Yep.
That's gonna be an interesting matchup right there, for sure. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna have to see what happens, man. I'm hoping for the best, but we'll see.
Yep.
Um, yeah, so faithful. It's a short one today. We just wanted to come on here and just preview real quick the Niners' next matchup, but we'll be back here hopefully with the rest of the crew to do a post game of this game because I'm sure there's going to be a lot to talk about after the game. So come back here to Fair Faithful Podcasts on YouTube or 49er Media on YouTube as well. Give us a like and subscribe button. and we're also on Instagram, Twitter/X. And if you want the audio portion of this, we're on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff where you find your podcast at. Very Faithful Podcast. Please hit that like button, subscribe button, and yeah, we'll see you guys after the game.
Yep.
Till
Go
next time,
Niners.
go Niners.